Check 1, 2, 3, 4. We are live all over the place. Live around the world. Oh, this is a good start already to everything. Let's see how we can get this balanced here. I'm going to try to put that right there. See how, yep, that's going to be a little bit touchy. Let me put this right here. And that will be fine, and we will cover everybody all over the place in all the ways and places. Okay. Alrighty then. How's it going, guys? We got YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. We're all over the spot. Here we go. Look at us go with the technologies. All right, fellas. Let's see how this goes here. So today, within the podcast, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a few things around like international shipping and stuff for people who are using Teleport. What's up, everybody? We got all kinds of people popping in already, which is already sort of sick. Let's see here. Who else we got? If you want to watch on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, we got all those covered. What's up, Ian? Got a bunch of people over there. Baraka Ani. Morning, Jayhen. Oriana. We don't have a podcast on Audacity. The podcast is only on YouTube. So that's the main place that we do that most of the time. Morning from Los Angeles. The real 3D daddy. Hey, man. How's it going? Good to see ya. Let's see. Good after Chuck. Got all kinds of folks coming on in. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go through and do all these things. Whoops. There we go. Nope. There we go. Sweet. Alrighty. If anybody has any questions that they want me to go over, go ahead and mark them down right now, and we'll go ahead and run through all of that stuff. Let's see. Everybody over there. What's up, guys? Okay. We'll be able to go. Everything. Sweet. So, the thing I wanted to talk about today was international shipping. This has come up a lot for a lot of folks lately. International shipping has been a big problem for everybody for the last couple of years, but really the last year. If you're an international store, like in Australia or in the EU or some other area, you've been having to deal with the US tariffs. And literally last Christmas, we saw it hurt a whole mess of sellers that we've been working with who have been trying to ship to the United States, but have to pay the import fees on that, which could be up to 40%. There are people selling $4 cookie cutters, which then have $15 worth of shipping costs attached to it. So here's the thing. When we built Teleport, we very explicitly created it as a way for international sellers to be able to bypass a lot of that stuff. So if you are an international seller outside of the United States and you have been challenged by international shipping costs, those can go away basically tomorrow. Teleport lets you plug straight into our print farm so that whenever you get an order for someone in the US, we will print it and ship it straight to them on your behalf. So this allows you to get 1,000 print farms running your Etsy store, and then any order that comes in from the United States is fulfilled by us. So you get to teleport the orders on past tariffs and international shipping. So instead of having 2 weeks of shipping time and $15 of shipping cost or more, and then having to deal with all of it, the customer actually gets the part a few days later, and they only have to pay $5 for shipping, and all of it works really, really well. So if you have been looking to kind of expand your international store to the United States, Teleport is a great way of doing that because it lets you immediately like double access because you don't have international shipping costs, and you're able to just radically improve your customer experience for people because now you can actually just get stuff delivered quickly, giving you access to the United States, which we Americans, we spend way more money than anybody else on the planet, just is the way that it is. So if you're trying to get scaled up, having a US sales presence is huge because if you were like in the EU or in Australia, you could almost double your sales overnight just by activating Teleport and activating access to US customers. Sweet. Anybody have any questions about stuff? Anybody want to talk about Teleport or anything else? We got folks all over the place. So, does that include assembly too? So inside of Teleport, you can include third-party parts like light pucks and rubber feet and all this kind of stuff. And then all the parts are post-processed and then thrown into a box. If you have a complex thing with like 20 pieces or something, we won't shove that all together for you. But you can have those third-party parts included, and definitely all the parts inside a teleport are post-processed for you. So you're good to go with that. Listen to your 11-hour video while working. Oriana, thank you so much. That 11-hour video, that's the culmination of 2 years of stuff. When the guys were editing that, we really thought, oh man, there's no way that we have more than like 4 hours worth of content together. And then we compiled all of our design for videos, and they ran for 10 hours. And we didn't expect that would happen. Where can I find API docs for Teleport? So Teleport doesn't have, you can go to Teleport at slantpod.com, and Teleport just plugs into your store. So it'll plug into Shopify, Etsy, eBay. And SlantPod has tutorials for that. If you're a software developer and you want to use the API itself to just plug our print farm into whatever your app happens to be, all the API docs are at slant3dapi.com. But literally all of these, if you just go to slant3d.com, you will find all this stuff. So Layer Slayer, if you want to develop a piece of software on top of the API, you can do that just by going to slant3dapi.com. Okay, let's see here. Good afternoon from the Michigan. TFMG. How's it going, man? Eastern time zone. Everybody's just calling in their time zones. All right. What else, guys? What do you want to go over here? We got lunch hours. This is the lunch hour stream, so we're going to be doing this every day this week and then potentially into next week, mainly on YouTube. We're trying these local ones here for you guys and you guys just to see how it goes. And if it goes well, we'll keep on doing it here. We've got a lot of folks over on Instagram. So, yo, Instagram crowd, what do you guys want to do? You people, talking to you right now. Yeah, come on. Leave a comment. What do you got? Okay, what else? Is your background in software development? Oh, my background in software. When you said background in software development, I was just like, is he making a comment about our background? Because I thought it looked pretty good. But no, my explicit background. So my background is in robotics. So I am historically a robotics engineer. I studied mechanical engineering in school with software falls into that a little bit. When I graduated from school, I worked in home robotics. So a lot of the stuff that everybody's doing right now around humanoid robots and that kind of thing, I'm very excited about, but I've also already done. So humanoid robots is like a fascinating topic about the reasons they haven't happened before is not entirely technological. It's much more psychological. So it is really odd for people, this new tranche of people making this stuff, the problems they're going to run into are problems that I worked with in like 2015 and 2016 around robot acceptance in the home. And it's just a fascinating thing. But yeah, my background is robotics. I ended up in 3D printing kind of accidentally. I didn't really want to be here, but we went ahead and ended up having all kinds of products that had to be 3D printed, and the print farm itself became kind of an interesting project in and of itself, to where we developed the printers to be highly automated and scalable. And it was information that we were good at doing. All right. What's up, Chuck? Grid, what's the thoughts on Washington HB 2320? Guys, I don't care. Like, the Washington bill that's proposed, it's causing a lot of hoopla, but it's a lot of hoopla. It's not getting passed. It hasn't been passed. If a state passes this, whatever. This will happen. A few states will probably pass something like that. I know that you never want like the government to start running on it all, but I also know that life goes on and there's things to worry about and things not to worry about. Politicians always have something that they're kind of pilfering around. That bill is a thing to keep an eye on, but like, it's up for Washington residents to have to deal with. And the 3D printing community can pull out pitchforks and stuff, but like, there's so many other problems to have to deal with, guys, that I just am indifferent to it. Okay. Did you start by printing for others, or did you have products you were already producing? So for everybody who's not aware, Slant 3D, the main thing that we focus on anymore is mass production printing for corporations and then print on demand for corporations and smaller businesses and startups now too. So Teleport is our print on demand software. You can connect it straight into your Etsy store, and then when you get an order, we will print it, pack it, and ship it for you. That way you can run an Etsy store, but you don't have to change out filament at 2 a.m. You can go on vacation, because if you get an order, it will still be delivered. And if you need to scale up, you get access to 1,000 machines plugged into your Etsy store, which is terribly useful to people. Those are the main products that we work on. But the thing, what we started with though, has always been the goal. The operating goal for Teleport, or for Slant 3D, has always been, how do we make it easier for people to manufacture stuff? How do you make a factory where the shelves make the product so that anyone can access it? A kid in Africa can design some object, but then sell it to a woman in New York and never have to know how that all went together. This is a really big deal because it allows manufacturing to be as easy as software. When I was coming up in school, software was the way you could get scalable. You could build an app and become a billionaire overnight. But I was a mechanical engineer. I wanted to make stuff. I wanted to make things that people would hold in their hands. And there was no way to do that right then, because if you wanted to manufacture something, you had to already be rich. And I wasn't a fan of that, because the cost of molds was so high and everything else was just so expensive that if you wanted to manufacture something, you just had to have resources already. 3D printing was a way to get around that. So 3D printing should be able to eliminate the cost of molds and eliminate molds entirely. It just was restricted by scale. So when we started up Slant 3D, our first goal was, okay, how do we build scale? How do you deploy 1,000 machines and have them work effectively within a flow? That was the first problem that we solved. And then once we had that solved, we could start working on, okay, if you can make 1,000 parts for 50 cents a part, great. How do you make one original part for 50 cents a part? And that's what we've been working on for the last couple of years with things like Teleport and our 3D printing API, so that people could plug into a factory and not have to build a factory themselves. This was kind of the main operating goal when we started. Along the way, we have created products ourselves, absolutely, because I think it's important that we eat our own dog food. So if we built Teleport and said, this is so great for Etsy, but we had never run an Etsy store, that would be ridiculous. So the last 3 years, 4 years, we did have Etsy stores. And we had Etsy stores that were top 1% Etsy stores out there that had sold more than anybody else on the platform. So that was something that we did, so that when we built Teleport, and as we built Teleport, we knew that it was working well. And it is, and it does, and we have been. So it's been great that way. Are you open to more print farm partners? We're going to open up more print farms. So our core factory, the core Slant 3D Mega Farm is spec'd out for 3,000 machines. So it gives any new user 1,000 machines to add to their store anytime they need it. But there is, we will be building more because we want to make sure that the shipping time is as quick as possible between one of our facilities and an order from a customer. So when a customer orders from Teleport, if they are on the East Coast, they will be fulfilled by an East Coast print farm, and if they're on the West Coast, they'll be fulfilled by a West Coast print farm. So those will be building out here over the foreseeable future. And we see that we're going to probably have to build about 1.5 million 3D printers, because Amazon ships 1.5 million packages per day, give or take, whatever it is. And we need to be able to match that in order to have a warehouse where the shelves make the product that is as reliable as anything else that has been made before. And it is really quite incredible what Slant 3D is able to do. That it is really difficult to do what we do, because 99.5% of the orders that come through Teleport ship in under 2 days, which means that we're shipping almost as fast as Amazon. Not quite as fast, but almost as fast. But we had to manufacture the part, process it, pack it up, and then ship it out. Amazon just has to throw a thing in a box and ship it. The fact that we are able to create a part and get it delivered as fast as a warehouse will pull it sometimes is really impressive, and a huge credit to the Slant 3D team, because it just gives people this access that was never possible before. Alrighty, what else we got? We've had trouble onboarding to new marketplaces like Walmart, TikTok, because they always ask for invoices of where you purchase your products from. The thing is, we make our own products. Oh, yeah, I can see working through that kind of a problem. Well, if you're making your own products, you can purchase the filament from different places, or you can literally give yourself an invoice. Like, that's legitimate, to where there's the source of the product. Because it is so weird and different that 3D printing is able to produce products for these marketplaces that they don't really know how to deal with it. So you can generate an invoice for yourself and submit that. That's okay, because it's not breaking the rules. All right, let's see here. Anybody on Instagram or TikTok have any questions about things? Let's see what's up. Let's see. Okay, what else? Do you need a print farm partner that prints engineering and exotic materials? Oh, no. We got those covered. Things like PETG, ESD are materials that we support right now. So Slant 3D, when we started out as a mass production farm, we would do a ton of work with people. But because, people would connect with us to do like ESD safe electrical enclosures, and we'd make like 10,000 of those and that kind of stuff. So the print farm has always been capable of working with those materials. There's also the challenge in working with partners, because we have exceptionally stringent workflow procedures, to where we can't just have someone else plug in, because we don't know if they'll ship on time. We don't know what materials they're using. We don't know if they will process them all to our spec. So we can't do the print farm network solution. Anything that goes through Slant 3D lands on us, because it is so important that we know how it was made, and if there's a problem, we can fix it. How is the portal platform built? It is made with was it made with an AI code tool, or is it a custom software? Is it securely built? Oh, Object Static here on Instagram. Really good question. So portals, obviously, as a software company, we build software using AI. 75% of Microsoft software is AI, and that's pretty much true across the industry. But we most definitely do not vibe code any of our apps. We have a software development team who are real developers who go through, write the code, verify it, make sure it's secure. But absolutely, they're using coding tools to help them accelerate. Claude is one of the most common ones. They love that one. But yeah, Portals is not some lovable app that was thrown out and that kind of stuff. It is a full stack piece of software architected to do its job. So no, there's no security risks on it. Though at the same time, Portals, the security risk would be to, like, us. If one of our softwares goes down, somebody is hacking us and is trying to take down our print farm. But what we would be fighting with, any of our users would see no pain from it, because they would still get paid and all the rest of it. So there's not really a large risk to users. There's the protection of the files, of course, but file pirates aren't really hacking to get a hold of files. It's way easier to go hack things and get a ton of those files, and you don't even have to hack them. You can just build a bot that goes from page to page downloading all the files as a personal user, and it's fine. Heck, you can use ChatGPT Operator to do that. So, but yeah, our systems are very robust. Let's see here. When are you coming to India? We ship to India right now. You can have items delivered to India right now. And if, by the way, if you are in India, you should definitely set up a teleport store, because you can set up a teleport store and then you can sell objects into the United States. So you can advertise from India, have a business in India, but you're selling products in the United States and you don't have international shipping. So you should absolutely set up a teleport store connected to Etsy, or set up a Portals store and start an Instagram or TikTok. Just do that, because if you're in India, you have such a tremendous opportunity to create products and sell them into the United States. So go do that. Let's see what else people got. Are analytics for Portals coming? Analytics for Portals are there. Go ahead and go over to the analytics page inside of Teleport, and it'll show you your portal sales down at the bottom. The view count on each individual portal shows up alongside the portal. So yeah, there's analytics there. What's up, bro? I have a product that I believe it needs a little bit of refinement in terms of design. And the product will be expected to be fulfilled by Teleport. So that is the reason we built out the YouTube channel. So the thing to do is go to the YouTube, or go to like one of our blog posts where we talk out, here are like the design rules for 3D printing, and then run from there. We have thousands of files submitted to us, guys. We cannot review them all or do an engineering design for it all. So the best option is to just run through the content that we have and see if you've covered it all. And we have several videos, blog posts, and that kind of thing that say like, hey, here's the things to make sure you get covered, so that everyone knows how to make a part that's really useful. But there's a lot of resources out there. And the YouTube was designed so that everybody could get access to that design help for free without having to like pay us hourly to do it, because we think that all that information should be out there for free, because there just need to be more really cool 3D models. All right, let's see. Which filament should be used for electronic components? You can use any filament. PLA is totally fine for a lot of stuff. PETG is totally fine for a lot of stuff. You can make Raspberry Pi cases with those things all day. If you're doing like high criticality electronics parts, then you need to look into like ESD safe and that kind of thing. But the vast majority of applications don't need that. If you have a board sitting on your desk, then you really don't need ESD safe stuff. You can just live with what you've got. Would it be more efficient in the longer term to implement some sort of automated processing system for the printers? I'm working on a modular auto print robot. We do that. So when in mass production jobs, our in-house machines are designed for auto ejection, so that when they finish a part, they will remove it and they'll move on to the next part. In teleport, collection can very easily be automated, and they've been designed to be automated, to have a robot running along, picking them all. We have a robot. If you check some of our old videos, one of our AGVs we filmed that moves stuff around the farm, and then we have some arms and that kind of thing for post-processing and that sort of stuff. But the main thing about it is just tracking, to make sure your part is where it needs to be. Because tracking is so important inside of a giant print farm. For any order that we get, it appears on a machine, and then before it's removed from the machine, it is scanned into a box to make sure everybody always knows where that part is. And then as post-processing views it, it's scanned there, and then it's scanned into inventory, and then scanned into shipping, so that we always know where every single part is inside of the entire print farm, so that our customers know where their part is inside of the print farm. So we work across the board trying to get that stuff to be as reliable as possible. Okay. If you RKKCon, you're doing a 220 volt LLD and it's melting, yeah, that you need a fireproof or high temp material, so you should be using ASA or ABS. If you're doing a high temperature electronic thing that's not like a little Arduino board, you really need to get the correct material. Don't just do not use PLA for that, or PETG for that. You should at least be using ABS or ASA, probably something else. Let's see, what else have we got? Send them filament invoices. Oh, that's fair. That's worse. What else we got? Any other questions around teleport or portals? How do you decide between putting engineering resources developing software and products internal, or buying already made off-the-shelf solutions? So at Slant 3D, we have built all of our systems fully from scratch ourselves. So our printers are our design. We have some third-party machines in there to help scale up as a backup to us, but we try to lean on our machines. Kraken is our production control software. Our API is fully built by us. Teleport is fully built by us. Portals is fully built by us. Our quoting software is fully built by us. The reason for this is stability, reliability, and scale. Right now, so many of the off-the-shelf solutions are not designed for the scale that we operate. This is kind of an ongoing issue. Slant 3D is way bigger than what most of these solutions are built for. So if you look at like a 3DQ or a Printago and that kind of stuff, those systems are designed for like 10 to 20 machines, and they can maybe kind of stretch to 100 machines, but they have no viability for 1,000 machines. And our main print farm is spec'd out for 3,000 machines. So all of our customers can get access to hundreds of machines whenever they need them. But in order to operate that system at that scale, there's nothing off the shelf that works for us. I have no problem using off-the-shelf solutions, like we use off-the-shelf filament from other people, even though we make a lot of filament ourselves. But if the solution just does not meet our need, we go build it ourselves. So that's when we decide to do it. We have been forced to create most of the stuff ourselves, but from that we get something that's really efficient, which is why parts go out in under 2 days 99% of the time, because the whole system is so cohesive and works so reliably. So that's how we decide it. If I can find someone to source it from and like it's economical and it works, that's fine. But machines are not designed to be used in production as currently made. Things like software are not architected for this scale. And things like filament. A lot of filament is not designed to be identical across different batches. So that's something we always fight with. Will you guys be selling or releasing your custom softwares like auto quoting to smaller print farms or partners? I have no problem giving off like our quoting app and that kind of stuff to other print farms, but we've worked with a few people. A few people have reached out to just like be an affiliate. So like if you were a design house, they're like, can we just plug your quoting software into our site so that when you get when somebody wants to order a print, they can order it through us and we get an affiliate cut, but you print and ship it? I'm just like, oh yeah, we can totally do that. So we will integrate with people all the time. As the quoting software, for anybody who's watching, here's a tool for you all. If you go to the 3D Print Entrepreneurs subreddit, right here, and if you just go to the wiki, we have a whole bunch of these tools. So there's the print price calculator, the SKU master. These are tools that we have used internally ourselves that we are sharing with folks. So they're going to be super handy for you. A quoting tool, I have no problem with a quoting tool, but there are like quoting tools out there that are pretty good. I think there's like Maker Hub or something like. There's a few things with like that Maker name in it that do quoting for people, to where you can set up a profile and set up your parameters for having stuff quoted, and it'll auto quote it for you. Yeah, so we try to turn loose as much stuff as we can because we think it's just useful to have people using this stuff. Will you please make a teaching video? Brother, I am currently learning modeling. I have seen many of your videos, but you only talk and do not tell. Will you please make a teaching video? RKKCon, we have a 10-hour video running through design tricks and tips on the YouTube channel. Go ahead and watch that. That's like the class. Did they get $10 filament yet? Oh, we did $10 filament last spring, guys. Tangled filament has been at $10 since last January. And you can currently get black and gray PLA, and that's at tangledfilament.com, and you can buy black PLA and gray PLA for $10 a spool right now, and have been able to for the last year. So yeah, we did it. It's out there. It's ready to go. When is Tangled going to sell 3 kg spools of white? We're probably not going to sell white for a while, but you can get black and gray on 3 kg spools right now. Haven't really been doing white for a while. What's up, Scott Hansen? See you over here. Anybody else over here on TikTok want to have a question for the group? Let me see here. Hold on. I'm rolling through all the chats. Is 3D modeling and printing an RC car, what filament would you recommend? ABS, PLA, or PETG? If you're doing an RC car, I would just say go ahead and run with PETG. I think that's fine. I think that's a perfectly reasonable way of doing it. Holy cow, I'm sorry, Instagram. You guys have a lot of stuff over here. Why is it called tangled, or do you spell it differently? Does the filament arrive tangled? No, we called it tangled because it's funny. It's hilarious that a filament company named its filament Tangled. And I stand by that completely, and if somebody's like, oh, I'm not going to buy from you because your filament's called Tangled, I'm like, perfect, we don't need you around. Like, if you can't enjoy the fun of it and, like, get the joke of that, you really shouldn't be involved. Like, we don't need you around. Tangled is enough of a job as it is right now that if anybody's a stick in the mud of like, oh, you're Tangled, is it bad stuff? I'm just like, nah, I don't care. No, it's not. It's really good. It's $10 filament. It's made inside the USA. People love it. It's solid. It's pure PLA, so you don't have a bunch of like regrind crap mixed into it. It's very good stuff. But it's just cheap because there's no bells or frills on it. So no, you don't get to call us anytime and say the filament is up. If you have a problem with the spool, we'll instantly refund you, just like we do with everything. Like this is kind of a secret inside of Slant 3D that nobody realizes. Across the board, we have an instant refund policy on everything. If you are using Teleport and you have an order that gets lost in shipping or isn't up to snuff on quality, there is a cancel and refund button next to every order that you just click and you get refunded. We don't get to ask questions. We don't have to approve it. There's none of that stuff. It just happens. There's that. On Tangled, if somebody says the spool had a problem or whatever else it was, we're just like, great, refund. Moving on with life. We don't even have a discussion with you. Like, we just do it. Because it's just way easier, way better for the customer that way, and way easier for us in all kinds of different ways to not have to deal with that. So, yeah, we have an instant refund policy across the board for all this stuff. All right. Let's see here. I'm supposed to be here. Brother, I needed $100. Go drive an Uber for a bit. Here's the thing, guys. Like, if you need money to start up a business, you need to figure out how to go get the money. Because that's the rule number one of starting the business. So you got to just figure out how to push it. All right. What else, guys? What's the best advice you will be in trying to scale my 3D printer business? 3D Grandmasters on Instagram. Scaling up a print business is all about reducing variation. So everything that... here's the thing. Okay, here. If you are looking to scale up your 3D printing business, there's a few things that you need to do. You need to simplify it, and you need to focus on the 80%, the place where 80% of your sales come from. Most people, when running a 3D printer business, fall into the trap of a 3D printer can do anything, therefore I'm going to do everything. Don't do that. Shiny object syndrome will kill you. Pick the thing that you're really good at and just do that. If you're selling on Etsy, pick the top 5 products that generate sales and kill everything else, and then just focus on those products, expanding them, making them better. And if you currently have 50 different colors, whittle it down to 3. Otherwise, you're just way too spread to scale up your business. Simplify it down as much as possible, and then if you really need to scale up, you can use a service like Teleport that will plug into your print farm so you can get 1,000 machines just on demand. That way you can go get more work and you don't have to then get a bunch of work and then go print it all and then get a bunch of work and go print it all. You can just focus on getting more work and then it's printed for you. And that's a way easier way to scale up because you get 1,000 machines rather than trying to buy the latest machine and change out filament in the middle of the night and that kind of thing. It just saves you so much effort. Okay, what else? I think you guys could scale Tangled really well. I'm starting an automated print farm, but I'd really like to work with you guys as a filament supplier. TFMG, couple things going on there. We can scale. Give me more context there. So you're starting up a print farm, but you're a filament maker. Are you wanting to partner on Tangled or something like that? Tangled only does black PLA, and it's got to be $10 per, what am I saying? $10 per kilogram. Otherwise, we don't sell it. We've done some partnership with Polymaker over on Tangled so that members can get cheap Polymaker filament. But, yeah. What's up, Terrific Celestial? Hey, Cassie. I'm offering the rainbow. Cassie, in all fairness to you, your product makes sense. For folks, Cassie is... sells things that are kind of targeted more towards kids, I would say. In that context, having 5 or 10 colors is okay because people will buy. You want like green, blue, red for the boys, and red, pink, purple for the girls, and so on and so forth. So that like makes sense. But if you're making a single product that's for humans, narrow it down to like 3 options. But yeah, Cassie, you actually have an excuse. But fortunately, inside of Teleport, we have about 16 different colors, several different materials, so people can get pretty much whatever they need in there. And then if you need a color and you have demand for it, if you're already selling like 100 parts or like 10 kilograms worth of it a month, we will add in whatever color you want. And also, if you're at the enterprise tier, we will custom slice stuff. You can get whatever settings you want. You can get multicolor. All of that stuff is available inside of Teleport. So your first customers were corporations. What kind of stuff? How did you make those connections? You pick up the phone and you dial someone. Our first customers, you can also do a live stream every day for an hour. And you can get customers this way. We make a huge amount of content. But, yeah. You do content, you advertise, you market, you grind, and then you do it for 2 years until you get good at it, and then you get more customers. I want 100% running ads. In meta ads, 3K in ads, 3.8 ROI, but I feel it's slow to scale. Oh, 3D Grandmasters. Fantastic. If you're running a 3.8 ROAS on ads, you're doing fantastic. You should increase your budget, even if you're at 3,000 right now. So long as it's working, shove some more stuff down that goose. And yeah, if you run out of capacity, go ahead and plug it into Teleport, and then any overflow can get taken care of still until you want to build out your own capacity or just realize that Teleport's cheaper. Actually, this is a really interesting sort of like discussion, guys. The whole going through like cost. If you haven't seen it before already, we released a tool called 3D Print Price Calculator, which will let you kind of business model your company here. So you put in the number of parts you make per month, and then you can like upload one of your STLs. And like, I'll use this claw here, but it will quote out what your costs are basically across the board. Teleport works for Mexico? Yeah, Teleport works for Mexico. If you're in Mexico, or 3D Grandmasters, are you in Mexico? You should totally be using Teleport, because then you eliminate all of your tariff costs. Like, if you are running a 3D printing business from Mexico, you should definitely be using Teleport. Because if a US customer orders, you can have Teleport fulfill that order, because we're in the US. So we will print and ship that item to the customer for you. There's no international shipping. There's no customs and duties. The part just arrives a couple days later. And the shipping is cheaper because you don't have to cross borders. Your customer gets it faster, and you don't have to deal with it. So yeah, any international store should be using Teleport because you get access to the US without having any tariffs. So it's a huge unlock for you there. It makes your customer experience better. All that stuff is better. Oh yeah, 3D Grandmasters. You like seriously, if you're in Mexico, you really should. Here's the thing. Email us at info@slant3d.com and we'll set up a call with you and walk you through Teleport. What about the license? I use FlexiFactory Patreon licenses. That's totally fine. If you have the license for the files, you can sell through Teleport. And actually, Teleport can help you expand that way too. We have a catalog in Teleport of already licensed models so that you can just add those to your store if you want them. We're going to be releasing a whole bunch of Flexi items here pretty darn soon. But yeah, 3D Grandmasters. Message us because we probably should get you connected up to Teleport because it would eliminate your tariff costs and your international shipping costs, and parts would just arrive faster. To everybody else, yeah, going here through this whole deal. So like literally it estimates your material based on whatever the part is, all your costs here. So you have material, your labor, your electricity, printer depreciation, which is how fast your printer wears down, how much you pay yourself. Literally, this should be turned on. If you are running a real business that you want to grow, you need to give yourself your own salary. You don't just pay the labor cost to yourself. You give your own self a salary and then go from there because you'll eventually want to employ someone. So how do you pay for someone when you're employing them and paying yourself? And then you have rent, of course, which people always overlook. The rent is a huge part of the cost. If you're only doing 100 parts per month, but the thing takes up a square of a bedroom or a spare office in the house, it's pretty expensive. And then you have failure rates, which are something because not every print will come out perfectly. And then the packaging, if it's a large part. This is kind of a large box for that. Let's do a smaller box. Yeah, packaging should be about right there. And I'll go ahead and take rent down. Let's see here. Where's rent? Rent and overhead. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and take rent down to like $100 per month. So that's a little bit better. But yeah, literally right there. If you're not paying anything for rent, just printing the thing is about the same as using Teleport. But the difference is with Teleport, you don't have to do anything. The parts are just shipped all the time. So you can go on vacation. You can have a break. All of these things get better so that you can focus on getting customers. All right, chats. Let's see what people have as questions here right now. Brother, should 3D printed parts be scrubbed or polished? Nope, you're good. I would say design around the layer lines. Like people don't do this enough. The layer lines are like grain in wood. Use them. I have to add 40% because of tariffs. That's why I love Teleport. Yes. Oh, Christian, I'm screenshotting that. I'm screenshotting that right now. Hold on a second here. Yeah, the tariffs add 40% to the cost of all of this stuff. Let me see. Go in here. Give me a thing. Let me have this. There we go. Yeah. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate that. I love a live example during this stream. Christian, you're based in France, aren't you? I think didn't you say that you were based in France the last time we spoke? Not a filament manufacturer, but an automated print farm for commercial products like home phones. For example, I've been trying to source reliable, fast shipping filaments. I'll look more into Tangled. Gotcha. Fair enough there. Yeah, if you need 1,000 more printers or so there at TFMG, we have an API and that kind of stuff that you can plug into so that like overflow can come into the Slant 3D print farms. That way your operation can focus on like core projects and like prototyping jobs that are higher margin, and then we can take kind of the scut work off of you. All right. What's up? How's it going, guys? Okay, who else is around? Have we got everybody covered? Have I got all the questions from Instagram? Is anybody over here? 3D Masters, we got you. I feel like I missed some comments over here. Yeah, don't worry about that. I love the calculator. I try to do my version in Spanish, but my Spanish from my speaking community, but it's not as cool. 3D Grandmasters. The 3D print price calculator will automatically change its currency to the local area that it's in. So it shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to, get it in rupees, pesos, euros, whatever you happen to be using. So it automatically adjusts to that and adjusts your shipping cost accordingly too. Okay, let's see here. Could you go over once again how things are packaged and shipped? I believe you guys switched to a white box now, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The teleport for like the last 6 to 8 months has been in a white box with blue crinkle paper on the inside. So it's a very premium packaging. Yes, the packaging inside of teleport is like really amazing actually, because no one comes even close. Like we ordered items from like Etsy stores. This is an item from a cookie cutter Etsy store that we were reviewing. We did a video where we bought like 20 Etsy stores things and then looked at them. And it's just a cookie cutter inside of a brown box with tape on top. Ours is so much better. Where is it? Okay, fine. I can't find it there. But it's a white folding box with blue crinkle paper on the inside, which looks really nice if you're doing toys or cookie cutters or even industrial parts. It's just way more premium, so you get a really great unboxing experience. And then if you need custom packaging, you can create a custom insert slip that will print and ship with your orders inside of Teleport. So you can have a QR code to your website or a thank you card or whatever else you happen to want there inside of Teleport. So yeah, the packaging in Teleport is chef's kiss. Okay. To test the grip of my new holder design, over 60,000 cycles and nothing happening. Oh, nice, Christian. Fantastic. Oh, that's sick too. Oh yeah, I think the guys mentioned some new compliant parts coming through. It looked cool. Would love to have would there be a limit on how many parts a product could have? No. TFMG. Is there a limit on how many parts a product could have? There is not. You can match up 100 parts to a single item inside a teleport, and that's totally fine. You can literally just take an STL of the single part and then say 100 of those, and then it'll print 100 of those. Or you can take 5 or 3, or you can match up 5 or 6 different STLs. Like, you can match up whatever you want to an item inside a teleport. And actually, even if you order 100 parts, it'll still ship out in like that 2-day time. We're designed for those types of spikes and surges of demand. So it's a really reliable way of getting parts delivered. Brother, should glue stick be used on the build plate or not? Glue stick's kind of a 5-year ago sort of solution. Unless you're using like a glass build plate, you probably shouldn't use glue stick. A PEI sheet is generally fine. The Tangled Filament Gray is actually the best results PLA-wise I have ever seen. Oh, wow. Thanks, Richard. I wasn't expecting a Tangled review today, but that's awesome. Thanks, man. Why is it better than other grays? Because like I don't really ours gray is gray and it's $10 a kilogram. That's our claim to fame. What is the printability difference on it? Is it the color or is it something else? Because yeah, I want to know what we're doing well so we can do more of that stuff. Because I honestly, I've never considered Tangled PLA to be like an exceptionally different printability wise. Because we don't put any additives in it. It just kind of is. Let's see. Can we get? Please don't change the recipe. Oh, we're not going to change the recipe. The current PLA is pretty much going to stay the same for a long old time. All right. Let's go ahead and check Instagram for a second here. What do we got? Do you ship the filament internationally? Live in Europe or on prints? Right now, we don't ship Tangled internationally. It messes with the price because there's Tangled has free shipping right now. So you buy 3 spools, $10 a spool. And then we should have free shipping attached to there. So you're really buying filament for like $5 a spool. Made in the USA again. I'm going to just harp on that because we did it in the USA completely. Sourced, produced, spooled. Whammo. Man, we're good at our job. But yeah, we don't ship internationally because it just messes with the model. We can't afford to do it. International shipping of filament is super expensive. And there's no way for us to do that well for you guys. Okay. It melts really well, even better than black, which you have to run hot. Oh, okay, interesting. Yes, the gray colorant is a different kind of base polymer, which will change the polymerization of the filament itself. So I'm not too surprised by that. That yes, it's that flow temperature difference is the thing that you're attracted to. Because yes, I think it softens it up because that colorant is a weird one. I had to remove gray as an option on one of my designs because I had several people reach out that it was breaking. That can happen too. Depending on the version of gray that you use. When we did our Tangled gray, we wanted to make sure that it was very low content. So our Tangled gray could almost be a little bit washed out. Other sellers, or the Polymaker gray that is used inside a teleport, has a really high content of white in it, which is titanium dioxide. And that can cause embrittlement on the gray. So yeah, it's not always the best. What else we got? Okay. Okay. What else we got? Who else is here? Let's roll through some of these chats. Instagram, what do you guys got? I'm looking at you guys. Looking at you guys right now. Give me a comment. Frickin'. By the way, using 3 different streaming platforms right now. TikTok is interesting. Instagram sucks. YouTube is still better, which is surprising to me. But could you make an exception for collabs? Maybe I could make some ads on my accounts. Oh, yeah, we'd be open to that. Reach out to the Tangled team. Or email info@slant3d.com there, or in Prince. And we can, see if we can do something. Orin Prince, if you're, here's the thing. I'll spy on your account later. But can you explain more how to set up teleport? I'm a 3D model designer in West Africa. So explaining how to set up teleport 3D model in South Africa. So to set up teleport, you go to slantpod.com and then you say set up teleport and you sign in. And that's all you got to do. You can, if you currently have an Etsy store, you can plug in Shippo to the Etsy store, and then you connect Shippo to Teleport, and then whenever you get an order from the Etsy store, it will ship to us. If you're in South Africa and you're a designer, let me do this one a little bit different. The other option, if you don't have an Etsy store or don't have Shopify or anything like that, but you're in South Africa and you're a designer, you probably don't have a current Etsy store or a current marketplace. What you can do is you can take all of your designs and just upload them to portals. And as soon as you upload them to portals, they're for sale. And you set the price of what you want to sell them for. And that price, anyone in the world can buy them then. Then you can share links on your Instagram and people can buy the actual physical prints. Folks like Matthew Ghost have used this to sell like his pill bottle dispenser. He got onto portals really quickly because he had a video that was going viral. And as that video was going viral, he was able to sell off some of the prints to people who weren't normal 3D printing people, who wanted to buy the actual physical part itself. So Portals is a great option for that. Foxad de Bayo, that's the thing to do. I'd probably recommend Portals for you. Just upload a file, and then it's instantly for sale. What else? What else is down here? Sweet. How's it going, Jerome? What's up? And Matherdy. It's such an interesting dynamic here, because people are here, and then like they wander off, and it come through, and it's short form, and all this stuff. Okay. What color is PLA without coloration? Is it stronger? Oh, this is interesting. So what color is PLA with no color in it? Depends on the PLA. There are two main types of PLA. There is regular PLA, which is NGO 4043. When it has no color, it's kind of a transparent yellow, almost not quite amber, but like a washed out amber. And then you have NGO 850, which is just pure clear. It just looks clear. It can sometimes be stronger than colorants. Things like white will make filament weaker, but most of the time there's not a huge difference between clear and like a black PLA. So, more matte greens and brown. We have browns. There's one of the browns. Well, this one's a tan, but we got browns. There's lots of browns in there, Sherlock Holmes. Let's see here. 50 nickels. You got one. Okay. More, sweet. More colors in teleport, please. Hey, Cassie, what colors do you want? There's matte black, green, and brown. Like, what are you held up for? We have 16 colors inside of there. What else do you want? There's, I don't know what you guys want. I don't know what you should be doing. There's 24 million colors. Which ones do you want us to start at? We're always adding new colors. Rainbow? Really? Rainbow? Cassie, do you have like a brand of rainbow that you like? Because we have continuously looked at rainbow, and quite frankly, the thing that's more matte, we have matte. We got the tan and the brown and the things. They're all mattes. Blue and red Pet G. Okay. We have orange Pet G, Christian. But I can see blue and red. Christian, I know your parts. What like utility does blue and red do for you? Like, what does that unlock in sales? Like, literally, I just want to, like, what is the value that creates for you to have more colors rather than the black and the white that we have right now? Well, yeah, we have black, white, and orange TPU, which is black, white, and caution color. It was kind of the reason we were doing that. And then we had a couple of users who were using a ton of orange, so we kind of activated it for them ahead of time. I found matte PLA is way more brittle than standard. Very true. So matte PLAs are way more brittle than standard because in order to get that matte feeling, they're basically breaking up the surface of the PLA, which means you have to put so much stuff in there. It's like adding sawdust to glue. You get all the little poking of the sawdust out, which creates that matte look, but now there's not as much glue, so the inner layer adhesion is way worse with matte colors. And this is a challenge with matte colors because when we present them to people who don't know about 3D printing, who are using teleport to print items, don't realize that matte colors don't hold together as well, and they'll do like some functional part and they'll be like, it's splitting, and I'm like, it's matte. There's like literally nothing we can do about it because just the dynamics of how it works makes it more brittle. So matte colors are really challenging and you don't really want to use for functional parts. They're just for things that look nice. That Steam just went blank. What now? Warning, the stream bitrate. Oh, wow, yeah, the streaming bitrate just got slowed down. It is lower than recommended bitrate. Wow, yeah. It's weird, because, like, the mobile streams are doing better than, like, the YouTube one right now, which is odd. YouTube's wired right into the wall, which shows you how good our internet is. That the freaking mobile Sprint network or whatever it is, or Verizon, is better than YouTube. What's up, Lumbra? Christian Bureau, 10 to 15%. So 10 for 15% of your orders are blue and red? Okay. Make all the colors available in portals. For portals, we're really trying. In portals, people don't have access to, are generally new sellers. So portals is meant to get people to success as fast as possible. So the colors inside of portals are like the top selling colors. And if a portal is made in that color, it has a really high probability of being really reliable. Okay. Wait. Wow. Yeah, the freaking regular stream is having a tough time today. To use the PLA, no complaints. Nice. Oh, gotcha. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Christian, for your stuff, PLA probably isn't a big problem. People overreact to PLA. Like people really overreact to PLA. PLA is way stronger than people realize. They just don't design good parts for it. So literally, if you make PLA a little bit chunky and don't have it like flex a long ways, PLA is very strong. It just is not designed to bend. So if you have something that has a lot of bendy parts in it, you should use a more durable material like PETG. PLA is meant to be stiff and hard, but being stiff and hard, it can be really strong. So it's fine for a lot of applications, and people just don't recognize what it's able to do there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and run here. Okay. What the? Hold on. Good heavens. There we go. TikTok's doing a double check on me. What's up, Doug Keep? Debbie Wise. Hey, what's up going on, guys? How's it going? Let me know if you have any questions. Glad you guys were able to join us here for a bit. Let's see. What's the difference between teleport and portals? So teleport is for connecting into your existing store. The big difference between teleport and portals is teleport is for people who already have a store. Portals is for people who have nothing. So teleport, you would connect into an Etsy store or a Shopify or WooCommerce, whatever you're selling on. And then we will print and ship orders for you. Portals is an Etsy or Shopify. You can upload your files over there and then they're instantly for sale so that you have a marketplace and it's just way faster. So portals allows you to not create a Shopify or an Etsy. You can just start selling. Whereas teleport is meant to plug into your Etsy or Shopify. That's the difference between the two. Portals is basically a feature inside of teleport that just allows you to take your teleport items and sell in a different spot. Okay. PLA also crumbles in a few years. That's not really true. Old, cheaper PLAs used to kind of embrittle over time, but if the part is designed well, PLA will last a long, long time. It kind of has oils inside of it that can dry out over time and cause it to degrade. But again, if you're designing the part to be chunky and reliable and not like designing it like an injection molded part, then you will have really good results from PLA for long periods of time. It's fine. So matte filaments have a weaker layer bond. Yes, matte filaments have a weaker layer bond. Let's see. Okay. Do you think your PLA is as strong for my king of part I'm making? Christian, PLA is probably fine for a lot of your parts. Not necessarily all of them. I don't want to like endorse that. But because you have some parts that are like thin and have a reasonable amount of flexibility in them, so it would be good to have them in PETG just because the durability is a little bit better there for the flexing and the bending and the stuff that you do. But PLA is going to be fine on a lot of them. You have like the hockey stick mounts that like bend and are like rounded. Those probably should stay in PETG. Because over time the PLA could embrittle and get some fractures that would eventually break it, and PETG is just more forgiving over time. What's up, Drew Linda Lab and Debbie? Hey, yeah, we saw you guys before. I'm glad you guys are still around. Do you guys have questions about how to run a print farm with 1,000 machines? Because that's what we're talking about. Oi, Dino Perez, what up? Who else is here? Donis, Musaka, Sacha. Hey guys, what's up? Good to see y'all. Let me get y'all waved in there. What other questions do we have? Okay. Whoa, lost something there. Interesting. Interesting. Such an interesting dynamic. Do your printers do multi-material? So for part, the frame could be black PETG, but the walls could be black matte PLS. So TFMG, if you are on the enterprise tier of teleport, you can do multi-material. We can set that up for you with that combination. So yeah, the enterprise tier of teleport gives you access to multi-material and custom slicing and custom materials for whatever you need there. So yes, the enterprise users get whatever they want. Can I print Sunlu PC on a Bamboo A1 or a Snapmaker U1 without an enclosure? I don't know. I haven't tried that myself, Oren Prince. Wish I had better insight for you, but I just don't. I don't know if that'll work. Hello from Michigan. I was looking to sell some 3D collectible models. What is a good platform to sell those types of products? Etsy. Etsy would be fine. James Williams. If you're like, so your question is, looking to sell some 3D collectible models, what is a good platform to sell those types of products? A good type of platform for those types of products would be like Etsy, because people are looking for collectibles over there. And then if you only have like a printer or two, you might want to plug in Teleport, which is a print-on-demand software that'll give you like 1,000 machines to print and ship orders for you. So that way you can fulfill your orders and not have to worry about changing out filament over time as your business grows bigger. Because this happens a lot. A lot of sellers will get started, get success, and then they'll get run over to where they just cannot meet the demand, and it makes your life miserable as a side hustle. If you're using a service like Teleport, it can be a side hustle, and you can focus on growing the business without having to change out filament at 2 a.m. in the morning and packing up boxes when you're supposed to be on vacation or on a weekend, or all this stuff that just adds so much work to it. So yeah, I would pretty much say go to Etsy and maybe plug in that. Okay. Cults 3D or Things. Whichever one has the model that is the thing that you want to sell there. Guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're done for the hour. We do these streams every day at noon. So if you're wanting to join us again, we'll keep on scheduling these and seeing what's up. And then if you guys want to join us there over there, we can talk to you there. But yeah, let me know any questions that you might want us to work on for tomorrow's stream. And we will be back to go through all this stuff again tomorrow and answer any questions that people have around Teleport or any of the rest of that. 3D printing help, that kind of thing, or how to run a great big old print farm. Happy to help wherever we can. Can you prove a link to Teleport? Yeah. James, you're gonna have to give me more context there. I'll stick around here to answer James' question. Don't end, please. Sean, you're going to have to wait for 24 hours and survive without it. Hit me up if you have questions about collabing. Or go ahead and shoot us a message direct in Instagram there so that we have a recording of this. Yeah, go ahead and message us there, and we can take a look at your account and see if it would be a good fit. Thanks so much. Let's see here. Yeah, James, what do you mean by... Oh, do you provide a link for Teleport? Oh, yeah. Sure, totally. Here we go. Sorry about that. I thought you were using like the inclusive view, like all this kind of stuff. Yeah, slantpod.com is where to go see Teleport and that kind of thing. Yeah, there we go. See y'all later. Have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to end these one at a time over here. End that one. And then we end this one. And then we gotta end this one, guys. Goodbye. Adieu. See you later. So long. This is it. That's the end. For reals this time. Like, it might actually be done now.